आइसक्यो ल
ए आमा के बुढो दिया
मलाई टिचिङ भन्दै थियो फेरि अनि अब टिचिङमा हेलिप्याड छैन नि टिचिङमा हेलिप्याड छ हेलिप्याड खाली पनि गरेर दुईटा आमालाई यसरी उद्धार गरिरहेको दृश्य म तपाईँलाई नुवाकोटको यो देवी घाटबाट देखाइरहेको छु भने तपाईँलाई नुवाकोटको देवी घाटबाट देखाइरहेको छु
ताल पुरा नखोलेको हुँदा अझै पनि ताल पुरा नखोलेको हुँदा गोटे कोशी र त्रिशुलीको क्षेत्रमा जोखिम कामै रहेको र अर्को
व्यक्ति त बाँचिन्थ्यो नि अब त्यो यस्तो नतेरे भएर चाहिँ ए नतेरे अतेरी भएर हो क्या न त बिहान गएर यो बाटो कहाँ हिँड्छ मतलब बाबु त उनीहरू के गरिरहेछ अब
Desperate search for survivors after deadly floods and mudslides swept through the border region between Nepal and China. Hundreds of people, including foreign tourists, are missing. CBS News understands at least 65 Americans are among those unaccounted for. Authorities in Nepal say more than 160 people have been killed, but with so many missing, there are fears that number will rise. CBS News foreign correspondent Remy Inocencio is following developments for us in our London newsroom. Remy, the footage is gripping. It's stunning to watch this water move through with such power. What do we know about the situation on the ground this morning?
Yeah, Errol, good morning. And yes, this is an absolute nightmare. At the latest count, we have more than 1,400 people missing on both sides of the Nepal-Tibet border. On the Nepal side, that number just in the past hour rose from about 800 to about 900. In Tibet, that number stands at 558, according to Chinese authorities. This disaster is on track to be the deadliest since an earthquake killed about 9,000 people in Nepal back in 2015. And the videos we're looking at now show that some people were within seconds of life and death being overtaken by these flash floods. But it's clear Hundreds did not make it, and that number, as you said, looks likely to rise. Right now, this is still a rescue operation. You see helicopters there, but it is a really difficult one because of the topography. This is the foothills of the Himalayas. I was just off the phone with a few contacts in Kathmandu, and one person told me that roads leading up have been closed, that motorbikes can get up higher because they're small, but the best way, again, we're seeing their helicopters are really the only way there. Communication also a huge problem. Officials are setting up mobile transmission towers to get comms with people higher up, but people are wondering what's happening with their loved ones. Our partners at the BBC spoke to 2 American sisters trying to get word about their parents. Take a listen.
We all immediately started calling our parents, no answer. And then we both received an email from the Isha Foundation saying that the floods had hit and that our parents were in a group at the immigration office on the China border with Nepal that had been impacted by the flood.
And that immigration office that was impacted, that we know of, is here. This is the port of Girong, and you can see that it was obliterated in that flash flood yesterday, hoping, of course, that there will be some good news. But this disaster has not only hit Americans, it's hit Brits, Australians, Netherlands, Malaysia, South Korea, China, Indians, and many more people who have not yet been identified. Errol.
And Remy, the power of this flood, it's still difficult to kind of understand. I think one of the theories is that a glacier collapsed that triggered this mass flood. Help us understand the topography you've reported from the region before and how this got so bad so quickly.
Absolutely. We're talking about the destruction and the death here in the foothills of the Himalayas, but the origin does appear to be much higher up, thousands of feet higher. Nepal's foreign minister yesterday said an earthquake may have started an avalanche down the mountain that then triggered these flash floods. But now we're seeing this morning another possibility, torrential rains, which were happening, potentially helped part of a glacier break off that then tumbled down the mountain, hitting the valley, and then those flash floods that we saw, pointing here to climate change. And I have to point out that similar events have happened more and more in the Himalayas, in the Swiss Alps, in the Italian Dolomites in recent years. Another contact of mine in Kathmandu told me that there were warnings before this hit on both sides of the border. In Nepal, she told me that text messages were sent out, likely from the army, warning people downstream to get to higher ground. On the Tibet side of the border, I was told that sirens sounded, but this all happened, again, so fast that people just did not have much of any time to react.
I hope that those young girls find their parents. I cannot imagine what this has been like for so many people. Remy, thanks for keeping us across all of it. Appreciate it. We're joined by Shrinkala Thapa. She's a program and operations coordinator with the International Federation of the Red Cross, based there in Kathmandu. Shrinkala, good morning and welcome. First, tell us about the situation inside Nepal and the most desperate need right now.
Thank you for having us. As most of you can see from the social media and news covered, the situation here is pretty intense. And in terms of needs, it's immense, I would say, because today is day 2. And there is still a struggle to reach to the population, except the helicopters mobilized by the government. It is very, very difficult to at least reach to Raswa because the land has been, the road has been swept away. But up to Nuwakot, there is a way that vehicles can reach up to Nuwakot. And on our side, from IFRC and Nepal Red Cross, first line of responders have been mobilized in the field. So basic needs at the moment is primary needs like food, water, and also shelters for some of the people.
How widespread is the damage? How extensive is it? And how long will it take to get to some of the most remote regions? Many of these places are difficult to get to on a good day, and now with bridges washed out and so many devastated, I can't imagine the task at hand.
Correct. I would say it's pretty challenging, and it's very early on. And one of the bottlenecks or the big challenge that everyone is facing at the moment is assessing the level of damage and the impact it has on lives and how it has impacted the adjoining districts as well. So Raswa is in a very, very difficult state, but the flood also came down towards adjoining district like Nuwakot, Chitwan, Thading. So there are also impacts. So it's very, very difficult. I would say it's a critical time, and relief is required and rescue is required at the moment. But longer term, it looks like it will have a bigger impact. So recovery also could be one of the things that, apart from the immediate needs, that is also something that people will have to look at, or the agencies will have to look at.
And I know that you are racing against the clock, likely working around the clock. As you say, the
Right.
extent of the damage is still being assessed. What is the most serious need you have right now? Or is it difficult to know because you don't have your arms around the whole thing yet?
Correct. It's difficult to say concretely, but like in any emergency situation, it's more like the basic needs, immediate needs are the requirements at the moment, which includes food, water, and also the first aid in terms of health rescue. But Nepal Red Cross and IFRC are, continuously working to meet the needs of the communities. And Nuwakot is not, Raswa is not accessible. So the team has been mobilized even from headquarters, but up to Nuwakot, they are kind of working on the ground 24/7.
Yeah, the footage is just remarkable, and I know that this is a time when so many people rely on your organization and your help to survive. So Shrinkala Thapa, thank you for joining us this morning, and best of luck in the days and weeks ahead.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.